Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. And today I'm going to go my review of Survivor Series 1993. Starting off the evening, we're going to go to our first match of the night. It is Irwin R. Schyster, Diesel, Rick Martel, and the Atom Bomb versus 1-2-3 Kid, Marty Jannetty, Razor Ramon, and Randy Savage. Number one, this was a great match. Back and forth match between both teams. Razor Ramon and Rick Martel end up starting this matchup. Razor hits a fall-away slam on Martel. Razor then also hits a Northern Light suplex on Atom Bomb and goes for the cover, but Martel ends up going to try to break the pin. Instead, ends up hitting Atom Bomb. Martel then hits Atom Bomb's manager, and Atom Bomb then attacks Martel. Diesel hits a gut-wrench suplex on 1-2-3 Kid, and then Randy Savage capitalizes on that, hits an elbow drop on Diesel, pinning him for the 3, and Diesel is now eliminated from this matchup. Crush is here. Randy is distracted by Crush. Irwin R. Schyster ends up hitting a roll-up on Randy, pinning him for the 3, and Randy Savage is also eliminated from this matchup. Razor then hits a chokeslam on Irwin, as well as the Razor's Edge on Irwin R. Schyster, pinning him for the 3, and Irwin is now eliminated from this matchup. Irwin then hits Razor Ramon with a briefcase. Referee counts out Razor Ramon, and Razor Ramon is also eliminated from this matchup. 1-2-3 Kid then hits a roll-up on Martel, pins for the 3. Martel is now eliminated from this match as well. Marty Jannetty then hits a roll-up on Atom Bomb, pins for the 3, and Atom Bomb is also eliminated from this matchup. And your winners of this match are 1-2-3 Kid, Marty Jannetty, Razor Ramon, and Macho Man Randy Savage. Hats off to 1-2-3 Kid, Marty Jannetty, Razor Ramon, and Macho Man Randy Savage for getting the win in this matchup. Moving on from that, we go into our next match of the night. It is Shawn Michaels and the Knights versus the Hart family. I thought this was a good matchup. Back and forth matchup between both teams, with the Hart family keeping the pace of the match. Owen then hits a missile dropkick off the top rope on the Black Knight. Pins for the 3. The Black Knight is now eliminated from this matchup. Bret then applies a sharpshooter on the Red Knight. Red Knight taps out. He's eliminated from this match as well. Owen then applies a sharpshooter of his own on the Blue Knight. Blue Knight is now eliminated from the match as well. Shawn then hits an Irish whip on Owen into the ropes, knocks Bret off the apron. Owen then checks on Bret. Shawn then hits a roll-up on Owen because of the distraction. Owen is eliminated from this match now. Shawn then leaves. Referee ends up counting Shawn Michaels out. And your winner of the match, or winners of the match, are the Hart family. After the match, though, Owen comes back to the ring to get in Bret Hart's face, pretty much tell him that he's always in his shadow, and it's always about Bret Hart. This is probably just setting up a feud between Owen Hart and Bret Hart. The match itself between Shawn Michaels and the Knights versus the Hart family was a decent matchup. It wasn't the greatest matchup, but for what it's worth, it was a decent matchup. Hats off to the Hart family for getting the win in this matchup. Moving on from that, we go into our next match of the night. It is Tom Pritchard and Jimmy Del Rey versus the Rock and Roll Express for the Smoky Mountain Tag Team Championships. I thought this was a relatively good matchup. Back and forth matchup between both teams, with the Rock and Roll Express keeping the pace of the match. Jimmy Del Rey ends up hitting Robert Gibson with a tennis racket from Jim Cornette. Tom Pritchard then goes for a cover, pins for the 3, and your winners of the match, and at that time, new Smoky Mountain Tag Team Champions are Tom Pritchard and Jimmy Del Rey. Hats off to Tom Pritchard and Jimmy Del Rey for getting the win in this matchup, and at that time becoming the new Smoky Mountain Tag Team Champions. Moving on from that, we go into our next match of the night. It is Bam Bam Bigelow and the Boston Booger and the Head Shrinkers versus Men on a Mission and Bushwhackers. I thought it was an okay matchup. Back and forth matchup between both teams. Luke ends up hitting a roll-up on Samu, pins him for the 3. Samu is now eliminated from this match. Mabel then hits a devastating leg drop on the Boston Booger, pins for the 3. The Boston Booger is now eliminated from the match. Butch ends up hitting a roll-up on Fatu. Fatu is now eliminated from this match as well. Mabel then hits a splash on Bigelow, pins for the 3, and your winners of the match are Men at Work and the Bushwhackers. Hats off to Men at Work and the Bushwhackers for getting the win in this matchup. Moving on from that, we go into our next match of the night. It is the main event of Survivor Series 1993. It is Ludwig Borga, Mountie, Yokozuna, and Crush versus Lex Luger, Undertaker, the Steiner brothers. This was a good matchup. Back and forth matchup between both teams. Rick goes for a top rope maneuver, but Ludwig turns it into a roll-up. Pins for the 3. Rick Steiner is now eliminated from the Survivor Series matchup. Randy Savage is here. Crush then attacks Randy. Crush is also eliminated from this match due to countout. Luger then hits a diving forearm off the top rope on the Mountie. Pins for the 3. Mountie is now eliminated from this match as well. Yokozuna then hits a devastating leg drop on Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner is now eliminated from this match as well due to pinfall. Yokozuna then hits a bonsai drop on The Undertaker. The Undertaker gets up. Yokozuna and Undertaker fight on the outside. They both get counted out of this matchup. They are both eliminated from the match. Luger then hits a flying forearm on Ludwig. Pins for the 3. And your winners of the match are Lex Luger, the Steiner brothers, and The Undertaker. Couple things I'm going to say about Survivor Series 1993, man. Number one, it wasn't a bad pay-per-view. The main event was relatively good. There's a lot of notable names in that main event. Luger, you got The Undertaker, you got the Steiner brothers, you got Yokozuna, Crush. There's a lot of notable names in that main event. The Survivor Series, to me, is one of the top 4 pay-per-views that WWE has to offer every year. Definitely top 4. And even in the main event, there was still a little animosity between Yokozuna and The Undertaker. And like I had stated, man, Yokozuna is an absolute legend, one of the best big men in the business. If I had to give Survivor Series a rating from 1 out of 10, I'm going to give a solid 7 at best, man. I'm not going to sit here and say it was the worst Survivor Series I've ever seen, but it definitely wasn't the worst. But all in all, I'm going to have to give it a solid 7 at best for Survivor Series 1993. But this is my review of Survivor Series 1993. I hope you guys are out there staying safe. Be careful, and remember, stay classic. Peace.